सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम बोलो स्वामी सद्गुरु शिवानंद महाराज की जय। ओम बोलो स्वामी विष्णु देवानंद महाराज की जय। हरि ओम तत्सत। ओम नमः शिवाय। Good evening to you all. From slokam number 48. Excuse me. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhaya siddhayor samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. सिद्धय असिद्धयः समो भूत्वा समत्वं yoga uchyate. From this stanza onwards, Krishna is explaining the technique of karma yoga in an exhaustive discussion, in an exhaustive way. So the technique of how one can live the life of a truly inspired worker. Yoga has been used in the sense of evenness of mind through work. Yogastatha, remaining in yoga kuru karmani, do all your actions. Yoga statha, remain there and do all your actions. Yoga means yoking to the higher consciousness. Yuj to yoke, yoking your mind and your mind's attention to that goal, whatever the ideal, to that goal, whatever may be that goal. It can be a worldly goal, it may be a spiritual goal. Fix your attention on that goal. Let your hands and legs work, but your thought is always on that ideal, on that goal. Sangam tyaktva, sangam means attachment. Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Dhananjaya is a title given to Arjuna. Arjuna, Sangam Tyaktva, attachment, Tyaktva, renounce that attachment towards the result. Your mind distracts only because of your attachment. When we renounce that attachment, then your attention is towards that goal. 1,000 times it's been said, many million times also say, but it keeps reminding us. So Dhananjaya, do all your performances, do your action centered in that goal. Siddhi asiddhyo samo bhutva. Siddhi asiddhi, success or failure. Samaha, equipoised, in the equal, bhutma, whatever becoming the result, take it in the equal way. Once you have entered into that action, don't you ever get flattered by the success or failure, siddhi or asiddhi. For example, when Ganga Mata, when Mother Ganges, the river Ganges, when she starts from the peak of Himalayas, she has decided to go to reach Bay of Bengal. That she has decided when she started. Do you think her way is red carpeted? Do you think her path is completely free of obstacles? Every square inch there are obstacles. Could be small or it could be big. When she meets an obstacle, she gracefully jumps over that obstacle and she keeps running, she keeps flowing. She doesn't stop. When an obstacle comes, she doesn't stop. Oh my God, what can I do? There is an obstacle here. What do I do? No, she doesn't stop. She just run over it. She suppose there is a mountain. She meets the rings of the mountain. Now she cannot jump over it. Then what she does? She knows the mountain is not eternal. Then she proceeds she goes around it, and then after the end of that, mountain ends, she proceeds in the same direction, and ultimately she reaches the Bay of Bengal. You have a goal, no doubt. When you get an obstacle, you should not get stuck. Oh, there is an obstacle, what can I do? I don't know how to jump over this obstacle. I always get something like this. My stars are not good. My astrology is bad. My time is bad. No. Collect integrated attention. Keep going towards your goal. Achieving great things in life cannot happen just like that. Just by talking to friends or chatting over the mobile or watching TV, watching movies, listening to music, eating and sleeping, this will not get us the desired result. We should meet all the obstacles intelligently. If you cannot jump over that obstacle, you should go around it. But all that we need to do is we need to keep moving, keep acting on our goal. And when we fix our goal, we should not fix our goal as a small one. We should always fix our goal the higher the goal, higher the obstacles, and also higher the progress. So do not give your mind to the all stupid excuses. Oh, my home is not supporting me, my friends are not helping me, my environment is not good, I am in a wrong position. Nothing. Don't give your mind to all these excuses. This samatvam, that equipoise of the mind, when you face all the obstacles in life, the ability to proceed towards that goal, whatever happens, that stability of the mind, this equipoise personality is yoga uchyate. This is called yoga. Yoga is not outside. Yoga is inner equipoise of the mind. Cultivate that mind. No teacher can bring that and put it into your pocket. It is we who will have to cultivate that through sadhana. In all obstacles in our life, we should maintain that balance. Vyasa, that is why he is coining the word samatvam yoga uchyate. Famous definition of yoga here. We may have various definitions, and what is the goal of yoga? Samatvam yoga uchyate, inner equipoise of mind. In the calamity situation, we need to raise above the bar, keep our inner cool all the time. This is called yoga. Slogan number 49. Dure na hyavaram karma buddhiyoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanam anvischa kripanaha palahetavaha. Durena, far away. Avaram, hyavaram, he, certainly. Avaram is lower, it is inferior. Karma here means the actions that is prompted by instincts and impulses. Unnecessary sweating and boiling, toiling, complaining, and which can only bring us stress and strain in life. That is not real work. Work have to be inspiring. The work, whatever that we do, it will have to be inspiring. Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya is the name of Arjuna. It's a title given to Arjuna. Dhananjaya Buddhi Yoga. Hey Arjuna, please understand this Buddhi Yoga. When you have got an ideal, you are pursuing to reach that goal. It is an inspired enthusiasm with which only you are living, with which only you can achieve that. That joy of true work in any day is nobler than working and toiling and complaining all the time. Buddhau sharanam anvischa. Keep that goal always highest. So, higher the goal, higher the obstacles, and higher the progress. When you keep that goal higher, which can never be reached, don't keep the goal which is too small, where you can reach and you feel that you have achieved the goal. Always keep the goal as the highest. Reaching that highest goal should not be easy. Striving to reach that highest goal. That striving to reach the highest goal, that moment is your growth. Whenever you strive to reach that goal, the growth happens, the progress of growth that happens in us. Keep the goal very high. Don't say that it is impractical. No, what are you talking? If you keep highest goal, how do we achieve it? It is impractical to achieve. Keep impractical. And when you keep impractical, day by day, week by week, month by month, you grow. And you can also measure your progress. Kripanaha phala hetavaha. Kripana means miser. Phala hetavaha, those who are seeking the fruits for their work, who are thinking about the result of that work, and they are all miser. Miser people, what they will do? They will have all the money in the pocket, but they will not spend. The same way you will have all the ability and capacity, but you are not using to work. So keep the goal the highest. Therefore, Arjuna, surrender to that sama buddhi, taking the success and failure in sama. That, keeping that as a goal and not worrying about the result, work towards that goal. Slokam number 50. Buddhiyukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrite tasmat yogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. Buddhiyuktaha, when you are inspired and when you have that highest goal, sukrita dushkrita, the past influences of good or bad, success or failure, all these vasanas, jagadi, they cast away. The negative or positive tendencies which always have, as happened in our life already, and that will be in our personality, and when you get into this, that will cast away. When you use your intelligence and fix your intelligence on that highest goal, it becomes the integrated intelligence. For example, when we know, yesterday also we've seen this example, when we get a seed on hand, when we know the sequence, how to plant the seed to get the link of the plant, and we fertile the soil and we plant the seed and we water it, we nurture it. Now, if you put the seed slightly on the hot plate, when you roast the seed, how much ever fertile the soil is, there will not be any link that comes out of that seed. This is how the Shastra explains it. The seeds, when little roasted, those on a hot plate, no seed link will come out of it. However fertile the soil may place them, there you cannot get the link out of it. Similarly, when your intelligence is fixed on that highest goal, these vasanas will cast away. They will not come and disturb you. In the childhood, we would have been playing with the toys, the toy car or the doll, and we will say that we will get the desire. The toy, will ask our people at home to buy the toy for us, and we'll also possess the toy and we'll play with the toy. We'll have lot of attachment towards the toy. When you grow up, what happened? You have no attachment with the toy. Now you know that is just a toy. And that attachment to the toys, I have now left. If somebody asks you, go and buy the toy, you will say, okay, I don't need the toy now. Because you know that is not, you don't have any more desire to that toy. The same way, through Karma Yoga, you grow up. When that tendencies get burnt up, no more mind and intellect rush with that desires or passions of the worldly object. Tasmat, therefore, yogaya yujyasva. Arjuna, fight your battle to gain the yoga attitude, this to gain the purification within you, fight in the battlefield. For Arjuna, he is saying, fight in the battlefield. For us, how do we take? We face our life's battle. Day-to-day problems. Yes, there will be day-to-day problems for us. For inner purification, yoga karmasu kaushalam. Second brilliant definition of yoga is being said here. Earlier, what did we see? Samatvam yoga uchyate. Inner equipoise is yoga. Here he says yoga karmasu kaushalam. Dexterity in action. To bring about that excellence in this action, that is yoga. The entire vitality of your mind is available for that field. When you take some task, that field of job that you are doing, you are collecting all your entire vitality of your mind, integrated and put into that job. That job cannot but become the excellent job performance must always give excellent result. So Arjuna, put all your thoughts, put all your intelligence, integrate all your intelligence and fight in the battlefield. Slokam number 51. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchanti anamayam. Karmajam phalam. What is karmajam? The results arising out of your actions. Karmajam phalam buddhi yuktahi. Those who have renounced that anxiety to enjoy the fruits, meaning refusing the mind to shatter to the results of that action, keeping steadfast in their goal, buddhi yuktaha, manishinaha, they are wise people. Tyaktva, they are renouncing the fruit of actions. Manishinaha means wise. For that people, they renounce the fruit of action. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha. Janma bandham, attachment towards the bondage of birth and death. The birth and death brings lot of changes. The world of janma mrityu, world of birth and death. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha. They get liberated from that change. Padam gacchanti anamayam. Then you reach the holiest, anamayam, the holy of holy, devoid of sufferings. Then you reach that great stage of consciousness. They are liberated from the body, mind and intellect. There are no more existence of duality. Anamayam, holy of whole, devoid of sufferings. Slokam number 52. Yada te moha kalilam buddhirvyatitarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Yada, when moha means delusion, moha kalilam, delusion. Once the mind has reached that stage of consciousness, all your physical and mental, intellectual inquisitiveness is dead. When will this physical inquisitiveness comes? That is what derives us, what is happening. I want to know this. I want to hear this. I want to listen to this. I want to experience this. I want to go there. All this physical inquisitiveness and emotional inquisitiveness, these all will die once you get into that state of consciousness. All this inquisitiveness is the world outside. And Shrotham, Shrothavyasya Shrutasya cha. Shrotham means what you have studied or what you have heard from the teacher, what you have understood from the scriptures, from the study of scriptures. Shrutam, or what you want to hear in future, what is to be heard. All these are known. You have already, you know all these, that to be known in that higher consciousness. Yada, when these conditions are fulfilled, when you can say that you reached that stage, then moha kalilam, that confused mind, buddhir vyatitarishyati. When that intellect crosses this confusion, this delusion, then when that crosses the plurality, the duality, when you reach that higher consciousness, tada gandasi nirvedam. At that time, nirvedam, it becomes indifferent. All these, whatever you have heard through the teacher, or whatever you understood through the study of scriptures, or whatever that you wanted to hear in future, nirvedam, it becomes indifferent to all that you heard before from the teacher, directly from the teacher or indirectly through the scriptures. All these knowledge are objective knowledge or subjective knowledge. All that you have learned, you go beyond all this when you reach this higher consciousness. In the deep sleep, we have seen yesterday also this example. In the deep sleep, there is no mind, and because why there is no mind? Because there are no thoughts. In the total physical mind and intellectual situations, we are always flooded with more and more thoughts. And when you reach this higher state of consciousness, that total physical, mental and intellectual satisfaction, that floods into you, and there is no more anxiety to learn anything. You will be you will know everything, but there will be no more anxiety to learn anything. Slokam number 53. Shruti vipratipanna yada stasyati nischala samadhavachala buddhihi tada yogamavapsyasi. Shruti vipratipanna. As a result of what you have already heard means you have understood either through the teachings from the teacher or through the study of scriptures. The scriptures that only give the picture of this divine consciousness. When these understanding comes deeper and stronger in you, yada stasyati, what remains in you is the wonderment. What remains in you is you're stuck in that wonderment. When your attention is turned away from the world outside, all of us are bound away from outside, then you get into this state. Now, to get into that state, it is now only from the scriptures you have learned. To get into that state, we need to control the thoughts. And all of us are bound by thoughts. We know that we are all the time bound by thoughts. Bahu Saka, from the various branches. What is a thought? Have we ever thought what is a thought? We know we are guided by the thoughts. Conscious of Vishaya is thought, right? So a thought cannot come without an object. When there are no object, when there are no name and form, there are no emotion or any theme, then there won't be any thoughts. When there are no objects, there can never be a thought. So, object is necessary for any thoughts. When I become conscious of that object, conscious of that Vishaya, then it becomes my thought. From there, multiple thoughts comes. So, thought is equal to object plus consciousness. So, when we have to get this consciousness, what we need to do? We need to take away the object from the thought. So, thought minus object is consciousness. The objects are very difficult to be removed. Why? Because we are attached to it. It is not God who created, it is we who got attached to that thought. So, Samadha achala buddhi. At that time when we are achalam towards that worldly objects, when that is disturbing the intellect, because there is object and we are connected with that thought. When we achalam, when we make our buddhi steady, samadha, when we keep our buddhi in that equipoise state, then these thoughts disturbances would subside and it will end. It will die. Yogam avapsyasi. At that time, you have woke the entire attention into that higher. You cannot yoke your mental attention to that higher unless you give up your attachment to the worldly objects. The lower state of consciousness, what does that bring? Ego and egocentric life. And when we want to go beyond this plurality, beyond this duality status, and to get merged into this higher consciousness, we need to slowly detach ourselves from the worldly objects. In a dream, we see various objects. And when we come out of the dream, when we come into the waking state, the dreamer and the dreamer's world disappears. So when you get into that stage, all these disappears. These objects, they disappear. Yoga means yoking the attention to that higher consciousness. So Arjuna is, we know why in the second chapter the Krishna is saying all this, because Arjuna is in a state of distress. He is totally broken mentally and physically. Arjuna, he having got into a conclusion, applying all his analytical abilities, applying all his intelligence, he analyzed and he told Krishna that I am not going to fight. This is my conclusion. However, I am your disciple, Krishna. I am surrendering to you completely. Now you tell me what should I do. I have told my conclusion. Now you tell me what to do. So Krishna is explaining all these, raising Arjuna into a higher state, making Arjuna look at things from the highest standpoint, then coming down, explaining him in with his day-to-day activities, because Arjuna is totally mentally and physically broken down, and there is a problem that is in front of Arjuna. So Krishna is helping him to overcome that problem. Now, having heard all this, Arjuna is asking a question in slokam number 54. We'll see what Arjuna is asking Krishna in the next session tomorrow. Keeping our back straight. With this, we'll come to an end of the session. Keeping our eyes closed. We'll chant Om 3 times together. Om. Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Salutations to Masters. Om Bolo Swami Sadguru Shivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Bolo Swami Vishnudevananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining this session. Thanks for giving me this opportunity, surrendering to Swami. See you tomorrow, same time, 4 o'clock. Enjoy your evening.